Alright guys, so we're now going to go through the basic user setup on how to get this unit operating. First thing we're going to do is we're going to set up the Bluetooth component. So go to Bluetooth, so that's there so we can see it. We're going to open up our phone and we're going to go to settings. So we've gone to settings, go to Bluetooth. I'm going to wait for this to find our device. There our unit matches up, we're going to select it. There we are, it's connected and auto turn off. Right, so it's settings, so let's get rid of that. So that is just auto connecting. So now we can see the symbol up here is Bluetooth is connected, and we also can see on our phone Bluetooth is connected. That is stage one. Next one we're going to do is we're going to go to Wi-Fi settings, set up our Wi-Fi. So just go into settings, more settings, internet and network. Now in our phone we're going to need to make sure that Wi-Fi is turned on. There it is, and you want to change this to auto join automatically. So that's fine, and then you want to go to personal hotspot, and we'll go allow others to join, so it's set up now. What we're going to do is then turn our Wi-Fi on, click in. We're going to wait for our phone to come up. So Wi-Fi is turned on, off, notify. Sometimes this can take a minute or two just for it to sync up with each other. If you do start getting impatient, you can sort of reset it and make it go again. When this bar scrolls across here is when it's actually searching. Sometimes if they miss each other in the search, it will miss each other. So there we go, it's come up now. So you can see, give it a minute or so. Now we're putting our password. Password will be found as here. This one is all lowercase. Now, always a good idea to check. Now, as you can see, we've actually made a mistake here, so we're going to go back and fix that. So now that password matches, you want to make sure that matches because it doesn't really tell you that you've missed it. Now it says connecting. These will always take a little longer the first time they go through. Once they're connected once, we'll go through very quickly. It's going to save it. If it does have difficulty connecting like this, sometimes you may need to redo the password or give it a few minutes to do. The fact it's doing authenticating is good now. That's what you want to see. If the password is wrong, it doesn't really tell you. There we go, we've got check password, so it's not happy. So what we're going to do is we're going to re-enter the password again. So we're going to show password so as we do it, so make ourselves a little bit easier. So connect. Okay, so now it says connected. Also up here is a sign it's connected, and on the phone you can see it's gone blue. So now that we're on Wi-Fi, we've got access to the internet. First thing we'll do is we're going to go into Hema. So apps, Hema, load up, and go through. Now we don't need to hold our phone, we can just simply set this aside for the moment. These will be the standard prompts that it'll come up with to get in. So yes, you just connect. This is where you can sign in if you've got to sign in for Hema Explorer. If not, you just go skip and continue. Yes, you want to allow access. Allow. Now our map's loaded up. Now we want to locate us. Whoops, sorry, hit the locate button. Let's say GPS hasn't found where we are yet. Again, just been inside a shed. So as you can see, that's your Hema working. So it gives you a bit of an idea of that. Next thing you want to do is if you're going to want to download additional maps and things like that, and additional applications, will be to go set up your Playstore. that's your Play Store app here. Much like your iTunes Store, will require you to set up an account. So other than that, we'll go online and demonstrate that obviously the unit is online. Say, for example, we'll pull up YouTube, just always my go-to. See, the internet browser is now working, so quite normal to get these all for the first time you use it. So as we can see, it's clearly on internet and working. Now the next one we want to do is set up our CarPlay. We're going to go to Car Auto here, select this. Now we're going to plug in our phone, put our phone lead, like so. It's requesting, it wants me to unlock the phone. So it's done, cancel on that. Now, this will generally come up with a prompt on your phone to say allow connection. Again, the first time that you set this up can take a minute or so just to get it going. It's pretty normal. Some leads can require to be reversed in order to allow them to work. So don't stress out if it takes you a minute or so just to do its thing. So if it gets to a point where it times out like that, we'll try reversing the lead and plugging it back in. You should normally typically come up with a command on the phone to allow CarPlay for the first time. Sometimes I have seen with these type of connections, because we are using the factory plug, sometimes it doesn't like it, and sometimes you need to plug it in directly into the head unit. That's what this is actually looking like. Again, really great that you guys can see what can happen, some of the things you can come across, so you know how to resolve it and see it firsthand for yourselves. Yeah, so I'm suggesting, as it hasn't come up with a prompt on the phone, and it usually would by now, I'm just going to get our USB, because we haven't run all this correct 100% yet and haven't put everything back. Again, this is why I say always do a dry fit, so you know that everything's working correctly. Now this is our USB with the OTG on it. Now we're going to simply just unplug that. We're actually going to plug our phone in directly. I think we'll find this will make a bit of a difference. So as you can see, it's now identified the phone. And now we're into CarPlay. So we can definitely see that obviously it's not liking that in this particular car, the adapter plug. So obviously it's definitely beneficial sometimes just to run a direct lead. I personally do like the direct lead fitment, because you can see that's our CarPlay up and working. So that, guys, is pretty much your basic 101 setup of how to get one of these units going and operating for you. So we've talked about how to program your radio stations, how to get your Wi-Fi online, and you've seen it in a real-world experience of some of the things you can come across in setting these up and getting them going. So if we just want to go back into CarPlay, simply just connect like that. That'll also charge your phone. That, guys, is pretty much you up and running.